For the remainder of day 3, I spent the time making many runs, collecting more and more materials to create my hut and to start building up some tools and benches so I can start building more advanced equipment. The first article was to build a sleeping bag, a place where I'd be a little more comfortable and secure. And I had met at least one person, and she had told me that these totems had some kind of magical property. There was a magic in the land. Then decided to concentrate on my job skills, and it was either going to work with the woods up above or the metal. And I decided the first thing I should do is make some tools. Having gathered enough material, put together a proper thatch structure, wood and thatch, butted up against a rock cliff face. This would certainly be more roomy and drier. After making sure everything was secure, I went about making the workbench and tools I'll need. And making a mental note of what materials I need to make a forge, I went about collecting them. Then I decided to make a door to make sure my possessions were going to be secure. I started transferring everything I had stored in the box in the tent to the thatch structure. At this point, I'm going to break character, so to speak, just to give a brief rundown of what's going on with my videos, my channel, what I'm seeking to do. I was originally going to go back to Star Citizen videos, but with recent announcement that Star Citizen is going to be resetting all the stats and money in the next release, I decided to wait until that happens. That'll be mid-October. So for now, I am going to continue to pass the Star Citizen until that happens. I will be continuing to do my Kerbal Space Program videos, but when I heard that my friends in France were opening up an English European Union server for Alemia, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to work on the server with them and help find any kind of errors or things that need to be tweaked, as well as play through with some other folks. The servers are open to anyone on their that goes on their Discord channel. All the information is found there. And I'm hoping to point out in these videos a little bit of some of the basics of the map. There's always been a lot of confusion concerning how things work in Alemia, which are different than other ARC maps. One is what you're seeing here is this stone axe works fine on small branches, small trees to collect thatch and wood. It will not work on a larger tree, even a larger tree in this very patch I'm in. If I went over and tried to chop on one of the bigger trees, absolutely nothing happened. Same thing with those big rocks. Pick will not do any material gathering in the big rocks, but on the small rocks I keep passing up on the hill, it does work on the smaller rocks. You can also pick up materials on the beach, either the piles of stone, piles of flint, the various branches or sources of thatch and wood in smaller quantities. So you are able to do all of this before you reach level 10. When you do reach level 10 in your progression, you have the ability to access the different work tables through the jobs book. You open up jobs book, you choose which job you want. On a server that has many people, you may have it set so that every person can only have one job. That forces community effort. On smaller servers where you don't have that many people, you can set it up so you can choose any job just through putting in one command. So far, the only table I opened up was for metal tools, because that is what's going to allow you to get your metal axe and metal pick, one of the very first items you need to progress onto the larger trees and the larger rocks, as well as collect more metal from the metal nodes. One thing I'm not going to do in this video series is to give away locations of hard to find items. I may show a picture of a berry bush or maybe one of the vegetables, but I will not give away specific locations. I did that in the first series I did and realized that it was a mistake, because half the fun of this map is finding things. This is not your typical art map. You can't pick up your resources just anywhere. You have to do a lot of searching and gathering in order to progress. So that should help you give an idea of what I'm doing here. I'm also trying to do this as a narrative. Alemia is supposed to be a standalone map. It's not designed to work with clusters. The map works very differently. You cannot tame creatures through knockout tames. All of them have to be passive tames using food and babies or stealing eggs. So it is very different. It is more of a survival game. It's more Ark survival than the evolved part. There is no progression past medieval types of tools and equipment. I hope you enjoy the series, and I hope you give the map a try.